Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing for you series of videos I'll be doing for a little while. I go over there to try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I am wearing oddly appropriate shoes for this particular review. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yam around about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, you damn well better believe that I'm wearing a super cool shirt. When I wear a super cool shirt, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom, it's my Ventana shirt. This is like one of my oldest concert shirts. It's not first gen, but it's like probably, I would say like maybe second or third gen, something like that. Because like I went to concerts for a while, and I was poor because I was like a shitty teenager who didn't really have money to do things. So I would just go to the show and enjoy the show, which is, still that's the primary thing. Really couldn't do much in the way of merchandise until I got a little bit older, had a little bit more money to throw at stuff. Then that's when I started going over there and building up my t-shirt collection. And it is enormous, by the way. It's one of those things where when I pass away, it's going to be a burden. People are going to have to try to figure out what the fuck to do with all my shirts. I say that, but sadly I know in reality, because I have had to deal, very unfortunately, with people passing away in my life in recent years, more than likely people will just take all this shit and fucking toss it, or just donate it to Goodwill or something like that. But I'm gonna try. I don't need to be buried with it or anything like that, but I'd like to go to good homes, man. I got a lot of awesome shirts from very cool bands, some of which are no longer around. Ventana is kind of one of them. They are a band out of effectively Cleveland. Yeah, they're sort of like a sub-faction of the band Mushroomhead. A number of their members have been part of Mushroomhead and or are still part of Mushroomhead. They are on a bit of a hiatus / retirement, even though they're supposedly going to be doing at least one show this next year, so I'm excited about that, but I'd have to go to Cleveland to go make it happen. But I'm just excited they're doing stuff. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why do I have oddly appropriate shoes on? Well, you can't see my shoes, and I'm not taking them off because it's cold. But I have Sonic the Hedgehog shoes, because we're reviewing, boom, it's something from Sonic. This is one of their burgers, specifically one of their new burgers. Specifically, this is their garlic butter bacon cheeseburger. I know because I opened it up to check what it was. So, I haven't eaten a lot of Sonic in my life. I've eaten very little Sonic in my life. This is the second time I've been to Sonic in my life. So there you go. Alright, well, this is what it looks like, which I'm not gonna lie, it's a little sad. Like, the burger just looks, it looks like it wants to walk into traffic with its eyes closed. But, at the end of the day, it's not about looks, clearly. It's about the meat. So let's go over there and give it a shot. About the meat, clearly. Let's give it a go. Okay. I kind of see where this is going. So it's okay. With this being literally the second time that I've ever been to Sonic, I have very limited stuff, baseline information to go off of. So when it comes to their burgers, it's like, well, I don't know. Which, by the way, since this is a burger review, it's going to end up in my Burgers for Days playlist. That's where all my burger reviews go. I'm going to be honest with you. McDonald's gets shit on a lot for their food, but you'd be surprised at how many, fast food locations really aren't that far off. And I would say that this is basically in the same camp. It's about what a McDonald's burger would be. And even then, I'm going to say, I don't think it's good as, say, a proper quarter pounder with cheese. A quarter pounder with cheese, say what you want, It's got a little something to it. This, while it's not bad, it's definitely a fast food burger. And I mean, you're going to say, well, Brandon, of course it is. You're eating fast food. Yeah, I know. God damn it. But just because you're eating at fast food, I mean, you have places like Culver's, Steak and Shake, etc. Kind of up the game a little bit. Not so much with Sonic here. It's very much a fast food burger. It's fine. I don't have any big issues with it, but I mean, the meat is fairly basic. There's really nothing to it. The biggest flavor that I'm getting is the garlic butter, which could be a really good thing. A while back, I reviewed a garlic butter burger from Steak and Shake. And that was the highlight of that burger. Like, it was actually a really tasty burger. This, it's okay. Like, it is buttery, and there's a little bit of a garlic taste. But you can tell, whereas, like, with the Steak and Shake one, you know, it was like a properly put together thing. This is basically just some shit that they came up with and, you know, slathered it on a little bit. It's fine, but I wouldn't say... I'd almost just prefer, like, a normal mayo and, like, maybe ketchup. I will give them credit, though. If there's one thing where I'm going to give them credit over most fast food places, the bacon is pretty solid. And it's not the best fast food bacon I've had, but it's definitely in the upper tier of fast food bacon, because most fast food bacon is not great. It's very thin, very just kind of wistful. This, it's like some pretty decent bacon. Like, it's crispy. The flavor on it's pretty decent for what it is. It doesn't compare to, like, real bacon, but it's okay. Now, do I think that the bacon and the garlic butter really do much together? No. The garlic butter is definitely still just the standout. Bacon's one of those things where you toss it onto a burger and it immediately is like, you know, people see that and they're like, ah. But the reality is, it's like, yeah, bacon is amazing. You put it on almost anything, but ideally you want it to be something that's going to work with and enhance the experience. In this case, with the butter, the garlic butter, that's taking a lot of the oomph away. So you're not really getting, like, the proper, like, sort of savory, you know, salty bacon flavor. Mostly you're just getting the garlic butter flavor. It's very okay. Very okay. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and probably not. So, again, the thing for me is, like, I'm fine with the idea of a fast food burger. You know, hey, I do this show, for fuck's sake. But I think for me, you know, it's like, if I'm going to get a fast food burger, either I'm going to go to a little bit more of a premium place like Culver's, or, you know, like I said, Steak and Shake, something like that. Or conversely, I'm going to go to, like, a good fallback standard. Again, the double quarter pounder with cheese, or maybe a Whopper from Burger King. This, while it's not a terrible fast food burger, there's not much to it. And I also don't have it, it's not like a standby, because again, I don't have that Sonic nostalgia or anything. So ultimately, I just have to look at it for what it is, which is basically just a very basic fast food burger with a little bit of garlic butter and a little bit of bacon. It's not a bad thing, but yeah, I was kind of hoping for more, I have to admit, you know. But it's not terrible or anything, it's certainly edible, but for me, I wouldn't get it again. And it's nothing that I would really recommend. Like, Sonic has some solid stuff. I don't know that their burgers are really a highlight. I mean, get one, you know, if you just want a fast food burger, maybe you're just eating from Sonic. That's fine. But I think that there's definitely a lot of better fast food burgers out there. Places that are a little bit more specialized with it. But 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You go with your have yourselves a truly butter, garlic butter bacon-tastic rest of your life. But like, actually like really good bacon. Really, just saying. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world as long as possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. Life is frustrating and bullshit, folks. Trust me. As much as I try to be a positive person, especially in these videos, and sometimes I don't even succeed in that regard, I wake up every day with problems like everybody else. And, we have to meet these problems as best we can. Hell, sometimes I'm not very good at that. In fact, I'm usually not. But when we deal with these situations in our lives, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe there's like some fast food spot that I haven't hit in any of my reviews yet, right? So maybe you go over there and you're like, Brandon, you have to go to Bubba Dubba Da Burger because it's the best dang fast food burgers you ever tried. All right, well, I'll look up Bubba Dubba Da Burger and we'll see what, Now, in all likelihood, if that's the case, it's probably one of those things where it's like an out-of-state type of location. Of course, you have like places like In-N-Out Burger and stuff. And it's like, look, am I ever going to go to In-N-Out or anything? Let me put it this way. I ain't traveling for it specifically. Maybe if I travel to a place and there happens to be one nearby, I'll give it a go. To be fair, I could do Five Guys, couldn't I? Yeah, paid $100. Yeah, I'll get a Five Guys reviewing at some point. I got a couple around me. I just haven't done anything from them yet. But anyway, just try to be aware if you do make any recommendations for places on my channel, which I always appreciate, by the way. Try to, if possible, keep it to like Illinois. Maybe Wisconsin. Like, I suppose I could go to Wisconsin. I don't really want to go to Wisconsin, though. Just try to keep it Illinois. Anyway, bye.